Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So if you didn't see the one yesterday about the most recent way Niantic has shot themselves in the foot, to put it nicely, then I'll have a card for it playing somewhere up here, or over here, somewhere. But basically the gist of it is they are killing remote raiding to the point of increasing the prices, a limit per day, etc., etc. So you might be thinking, okay, cool, well, what are they doing to the in-person to make it more appealing? Yeah. That's pretty much it. Increased XL candy. But A, they don't say by what. And B, thanks to prior events, we know that's a load of shit. Cough Hoenn Tour, cough the Hoenn Mega Raid Day. Which, by the way, the latter one was a $5 ticket. So yeah. This isn't going to be a rant video. I'm not going... If you want another ranting Duke video, then go check that one out. But so what's the future of Go look like? Simply put, I don't know. I mean, we've got them killing off one of their most profitable features. We've had the Regidrago raids that were a complete failure. We had the in-person Hoenn Tour, which was a complete failure. We had iffy shiny rates for the global one, although I personally did pretty well. I know a bunch of people that didn't. We also know, thanks to how poorly the Regidrago was handled, that Regieleki will have the exact same issues. Because when they fixed Regidrago, they did not touch Regieleki at all, and it was pushed in the exact same way that Draco was. So it was missing all of its stats, all its data, its catch circle, the raid data, all of that stuff was missing. So we can pretty much all but assume and expect that Regieleki will have the same issues, if not worse ones. The events for March were kind of bland. April's looking the same way. Which I have a whole other theory on that, which we'll touch here in a minute, but Elite raids in general have just been bugged. We've had the spawns not work, we've had no spawns at all, we've had them not spawn at all, we've had them not work at all. Even the Hoopa ones had a bunch of issues. So all of their in-person measures are pretty much failing. To the point where, without going into too much detail, they're basically to the point now where they're just blaming the players for everything. Especially how bad Vegas was, which if you haven't seen my videos on all of that stuff, then go watch those. So what's the future look like? I don't know. I've had a little theories the past couple months with how bland the events have been, that they're stalling ahead of time so that safari zones and stuff look good. They've done this in the past, especially with GoFest. The months leading up to GoFest will just be complete trash for events so that people are more tempted to spend money and go to the GoFests. Although the difference this year is usually these kinds of things don't happen now. Because GoFest is usually June and July. So it's usually closer to that point where these kind of crappy months start happening. But considering we're at the end of March and they're already happening, that's not a great sign. And then earlier today, at the time of recording this, they dropped the remote nerf blog, which at the time of recording, it's almost 8 o'clock p.m. local for me. That was put up at 4 p.m. local, and there's still a whole bunch of stuff going around about it. So, and I expect there probably will be through the weekend. So I don't know what the future of this game looks like, if there even is one. I'll be frank. The way they're handling things right now, it looks like we'll be lucky if we even last through the month. So, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Eventually the game's going to shut down, because that's all mobile games do. It's just a question of when will that happen at this point. So how can you start preparing for that? To shift things a little bit more positively. Well, there's two methods. There's Pokemon Home, and then there's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. So these games will allow you to send all your non-costume and non-shadow Pokemon over to either one of those games. And then from there you can send them into like Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet when that comes out, etc. So you can send your Pokemon in Pokemon Go to other games and have them permanently. Because once Go shuts down, who knows if we'll be able to even load the game up to look at our stuff. I will say the Let's Go method is completely free. You just have to either have the games or know someone that has the games. Whereas the Home method does require an in-game energy cooldown system. But the catch is, Let's Go you can only send the original 151 and the Lowland forms. Anything from Johto on cannot be sent through Let's Go because Let's Go is only Kanto, plus the Alolan forms. Whereas Home you can send everything. That's what I was doing earlier today. I've had a bunch of stuff I've been planning to send to Let's Go for a while, so I finally got around to doing that. And I've been sending stuff through Home periodically as well when I get the energy to. That's how I got my Meltan boxes. It's pretty much the only way you can get a Meltan box. But that's besides the point. I suggest you start doing this sooner rather than later. Especially with Niantic's track record right now for killing stuff. So, if you want to know how to do that, I can make a video on it. Let me know down in the comments. But all you really need to do is just go watch my How to Get Meltan video, because it's the same process. I'll have that in a card somewhere as well, if you're curious. I don't know. This game could last another 3 years. 3+ years, I should say. I don't know. It could end in a month. It could end tomorrow. I have no idea. All I can say right now is just start slowly preparing for things, so that way when that stuff does eventually happen, you're not scrambling last minute. And they did say in their blog that the boosted candy will be part of other, I guess, bonuses for in-person stuff. By the time of recording, they have not said what these other bonuses are or will be. So all we have going off of is 5 nerfs and 1 buff, if you even want to call it a buff. Because we always said buff is just something that should have been in the game, period. So I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what their plan is. If they even have one aside from just get rid of all their players. They want more in-person stuff, fine. But get the shit working. Before you nerf, make sure the stuff that you're replacing it with works. Should be common sense, but I don't know if that word's in their dictionary. So I don't really know what this video is gonna be. It's been a couple hours since the blog got posted, like I said, so I've just been kind of browsing Twitter, Reddit, and stuff like that, just seeing what people are saying. So I don't really know. There isn't really a theme for this video. It's just kind of, I've been reading some stuff, and I just turned the mic on and started recording. So I've seen people saying, oh, this is great because Campfire exists and you can coordinate stuff through that. Which, technically, but in similar fashion to the Elite Raids being a flop, at the time of recording this, Campfire is still an invite-only system, and even those invites aren't even working for people from what I've seen reported. So if you can use that, then sure. But if you're like the vast majority that I've seen reporting on it that can't, even with an invite code, then that doesn't help you. So I'm not going to dive too much into that. I don't know. I haven't even loaded the game. It's been almost an hour since I've loaded Go, and that was only loaded to send stuff to Let's Go. I wasn't actually playing. So I don't know. I don't know. This stuff won't go live until the 6th, so in about a week anyway. But they're not going to change anything. They're not going to change their minds. They're not going to say, oh yeah, we'll delay this a bit. We'll remove the limit but keep the prices. They're not going to do any of that. If they were going to do any of that stuff, they would have. Because even their sponsors want stuff back in person. So, and those are the people they listen to. So all I can say really is just start preparing now. If you raid a lot, or depend on these to raid, then I don't know what to tell you. They're killing any play in Master League, because with 5 a day, you're not getting anywhere near enough XL candy to get 296 to make level 50 of something. Especially something that's not even in rotation. So I don't know what their long-term plan there is. If they even have a long-term plan at this point. So go check out the Meltan Guide video to see how you do the Let's Go and home transfer stuff. If you guys want, I'll make a more detailed video on that. Let me know down in the comments. All I can say really is just do those to start preparing. Because if they keep this stuff up, I don't see this game lasting at least another 2 or 3 years. And that's being generous. So start preparing. Because they're not going to revert any of this stuff. They're not going to delay any of this stuff. Etc, etc. They're just going to keep nerf. They're never going to fix things. We've had the same bugs since 2016 and it's 2023. Time and time again, events don't work. Time zones don't start correctly. The servers crash. The whole 9. Nothing's going to get better. It's just going to get worse. So start preparing and adjusting accordingly to that. You'll be better off if you do in the long term. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any other preparation tips that don't involve Let's Go or home, or even there. Because I haven't been on the home GTS for a while. I know some Go stuff goes pretty frequently. So anything like that, any preparation tips, any suggestions, all that kind of stuff, put them down in the comments. I'm recording this at 8 o'clock p.m. now, because it just ticked over. There was a Eurogamer article thing that came out that teased things like Arceus and Elite Raids, and Shadow confirmed the Shadow Raids and whatnot, but who cares? If Arceus is Elite Raids, it's just going to crash again. And Shadow Raids with a raid cap, what's the point? So I'm not going to delve into that too much, but this video is already long enough. If you guys have any preparation tips for what's coming and whatnot, put them down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed this kind of thing. I don't like making these videos, but sometimes you just have to. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.